Welcome back guys, this is Shrikant. Today we are going to talk about how to create our first SSIS project or how to create our first SSIS package. Then we'll talk about how to execute that package in Visual Studio. Then we'll talk about how to deploy that package over the SQL Server. Then I'll talk about how to execute that package or the SQL Server, right? Then I'll also talk about how to add that package in a SQL Server job. Okay, let's start. So today's topic is how to create our first SSIS project. So for that we need a tool and we need a ID. For that we have a data tool. This is basically an utility which is responsible for creating the business intelligence package or SSIS package. So for that, what we need to do, we need to search with a SQL Server data tool. Then this kind of option will look like, and we need to run it. Just click on open. After selecting the open one, pop-up will come and that will ask you Visual Studio 2000 shell or whatever the version you are going to use, that will be shown in front of you. Then the next step, what we need to do, we need to go to file, then we need to go to the new, as we are going to create a new project, right? Then we need to click on a project. You need to wait for a few minutes. Then after that you'll see multiple options here. The one, business intelligence. So business intelligence is a tool, is basically a BI tool which is provided by the Microsoft, which has a three service: the analysis services, integration services, and the reporting services. We are going to talk all the services in detail, but right now we are going to talk about the integration service, as we are going to create the simple package for our demonstration or for understanding purpose. So what are we going to do? We are going to select integration service, and in the integration service we are going to select the project type as the integration service project. Here we are having a multiple option like name. What would be the name of this project? I am giving it as the first demo. This is the name of my project. Then location, where do you want to store this project. Then the solution name, whatever you want to give, fine. So what we have done, we have just selected the integration service project and we have provided the name first demo as a name for the project. Then what are we going to do? We are going to click on OK. Let's wait for a minute. So we can see a window which is showing us the creating a project first underscore demo. So it is basically gathering all the packages, basic packages which are required for creating a simple project. So the right hand side we'll see one option here called as the solution explorer. In the solution explorer you will see the name we have given for the project, which is the first underscore demo. This is the project one, right? Project name. Then we can see a solution file here, and here there is a called as a SSIS package. In the SSIS package we can see the package.dtsx. DTSX is a short form for the packages. If you see DTSX, it means that it is a package. Fine. So let's go to the solution folder. How you can go there? Just click on a package, right click on package, and then choose the open window. Here you'll see. So when we create a basic project, these are the files which get created: the package file, right, the parameter one, and the DT project. This is the project solution file, right? So these are the different files which get created when we create a basic package, right? So this package.dtsx is a file basically which will store all the ETL related component. So what is ETL? ETL actually stand for the extract, transform, and the load. So to understand the SSIS, we need to understand what is ETL. So the short form for this is ETL, and the long form is E stand for extract, T stand for and load. Okay, so we need to extract data from the multiple sources. We can take the data from CSV, we can take a data from Oracle, we can take a data from Postgres, or we can take any source which has basically integrated one with the SSIS package. Then we need to transfer or transform and load. Load means after processing all the raw data, we need to load into the destination. So this is for the load. So SSIS is a ETL tool, I can say. So what does it mean? It means that for performing the extract, transform and load activity, you need a solution, you need a utility, and that utility provided by the MSBI. Basically it's a part of MSBI, and the SSIS is useful for taking and extracting the data. Okay, let's move to demo. So this is the package file, and you need to double click on a package. You can rename this package. For example, I am renaming it as pack1. This is my first package. You can give any name. So like this you can rename it. Here there are a multiple option. On left hand side you can see the server explorer, then toolbox, right? These are multiple options, and in a file we can see control flow, data flow, then parameters, event handlers, package explorer. We will talk about all those things, but right now as it is a demo we'll talk a bit. Control flow is a place where we can place a summary activity. Like for example, we need to perform a data flow. So we have a data flow task. So for example, you want to take a data from one source and you need to perform some operation, and after performing some operation you need to move that data to another destination. So this is a kind of a data flow activity. So you need to write all those things in the data flow. Or for example, if you want to run a SQL based command, then you need to take another one like a execute SQL task, and all these are the part of the control flow because it controls the flow. That's why its name as a control flow, and which belongs to the category called as a control flow. In the data flow section we can go, let's delete it. In the data flow we can have all the data flow activity. As I said, the ETL stand for extract, transform and load. So extract is, it means taking the data from the source, right? So here if you go to the right, you will see the multiple categories like the sources, destination and the transform. So if you want to perform any kind of the data flow activity, you have a free option. You have a source, so you need to choose which source you are going to take. So here we have a multiple source, like we have Excel source, we have flat file source, we have OLEDB source, we have raw file source. XML, we can read the data from XML. What does it mean? We can read the data from XML, we can read the data from the Excel file, we can read the data from the plat file, we can read the data from the ODBC sources. Also we can read the data from OLEDB sources like Oracle, all this one. So once the data got into the system, then we need to perform some operation if it needed. For example, if we want to add another column, then you need to go for the copy column. If we want to modify the column structure, then we have multiple options, right? So there are different things we need to work on. So also we have some common transformation operation like aggregate, derived, merge, join. We'll talk about all when we'll do, but as it is the first package and we are going to talk about a simple one. So what are we going to do? We are going to read one CSV file, and I don't have any CSV file right now. So how I'm going to do that? I'm going to do one thing here. I'm creating one sample file here. So just right click, new, open the text file, raw data. You can edit on the Excel, no problem. but as it is a demo, I'm creating it from scratch. So the first name would be the name as a column. The value I'm passing 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 6 7. So this is my file raw underscore data dot text. I'm going to read it now. So how could I do that? So in SSIS, just go to our project, right? So what we need to do, we need to first add a source here, and we have other transformation, we have a source. Okay, so we need to choose a source for that. So I can think, as I have a text file, so it means it's a flat file, so I need to choose a source called as a flat source file. So I'll double click on that, and flat file source would appear on the screen. So this is the source. Then what I need to do, I need to double click on the source. Now I can see here the flat file connection, so I need to do connection with my file. As I don't have any connection, so I need to create a connection first. So I'll do click on a new. The time I'll click on a new one, pop-up window will come and it will ask me to connect to my flat file, and it will generate a connection for me. Let's wait for that. So this is a connection window, and at the top you can see flat file connection manager. This is a flat file connection manager. You can name it anything, like I'm making it as a input connection. Okay, fine. Then go to browse, and we created that file on our desktop. So go to our respective location on the desktop. I created raw underscore data, so select it. Okay, it will read the file, and it will by default take all the basic properties, and my first column is name. Fine. Then go to the column. I can see the name, it has consider. Okay, advanced. Then let's preview the data. I can see here 1 2 3, all the data has been loaded successfully, and I can properly read all the data. So this is a connection which I created just now with a flat file, and the file also I just created. So what will I do now? Go to the column once. Fine, it has properly got the column name. Then what will I do? I'll click on OK. So I can see here my connection has been set up. Perfect. Then the transformation is optional part. Sometimes we pull data as a raw file, and we directly dump that data into our output, right? So that's basically taking data and placing the data into another location, correct? So we don't need to perform any kind of operation here. So we'll see operation part after some time. Now next we need to add a destination. So what would be our destination? So I'm taking as Excel destination. What my target is, basically I want to read the data from the text file and want to place that data into the Excel file, right? So just double click on that. It will ask you, do you want to continue editing the available property? Yes, I want to continue. Again, we don't have any Excel connection here, so we need to create a new Excel connection with us. So click on the new, and it will ask you the path. As we don't have anything created, so what will I do here? I'll right click and I'll create a new Excel file here. Or let me see, I have any Excel file with me? Okay, as I don't have Excel installed on my machine, so what will we do? We'll again create a one flat file. Basically, it would be the new one. So our target would be from moving data from text to text file, but it could be the Excel. I'm going to edit this file and adding a one column called as a name and saving it. Okay, fine. And let's close it again. Close it. Here we added Excel, but we don't have Excel installed on my machine, so I'm again selecting one more source. Or we can do one more thing here. We can directly move this data into the SQL server. So for that, what we need to take it OLDB destination. Let's take it, double click on that. Yes, I want to add connection. Let's click on a new. No data connection created. Create it. Let's click on a new. Here we'll connect to the server. As I'm on my local machine, so if I'll place a dot, it will connect to my local server, right? So I can keep here dot also, or I can choose my server name. Okay, Srikanth, fine. Let's take any database. I'm taking it as the database one. Fine. Test the connection. Connection succeed. Okay. Okay. Database one. Fine. So we added this connection one, and we want to take a table. Fine, let's take a table. We only have this table. Okay, let's go back to the server. What was the database name we chosen? It's a database one. So go into that database and create table demo one, and the name will be name of int. Let's go back to the connection. Let's read it again. So this is the demo one. We just created view existing data. As we know, it has no data. Let's click on OK. Okay. Now we need to take this constraint and we need to join this. Okay. Now if you'll come here and if you see, it is showing your rate symbol. So read the error. Getting error is always good. So error says number of input column for destination, the input cannot be 0. So what does it mean? It means that columns are not mapped properly. So we need to come here, we need to map this column name to the name. Okay, we need to name it as okay, fine. So this is a basic package. What we added one data flow task. In the data flow task, we created a data ETL activity. It is basically taking the data from the flat file and moving data with the OLED destination to the demo table. Okay, fine. Let's go back here and let's run the query. I can see here I can see no data because we just created table and we left it. Fine. So this is our package. Then we need to run it first for testing purpose. Then just go back to the control pro, do right click, and here we have an option called executing the package. Let's see where it is, or just select this and execute the task. Now let's see what happens. as this package is getting built and it is getting executed. So it's executing the package. What's our target is, we want to read the data from the text file and we need to see that data into our uh, table, right? Now I can see here this package got executed successfully. Everything is okay with the green symbol. Then go to the progress. I can see here everything is done very good. All the connection has been done successfully from the text. 7 rows should be moved to the output. Fine. Okay, all good. Let's go to the SQL server and let's run this query again and let's see, does it have any data? Yes, it has 7 rows. If I go back to the file again, and I can see there how many rows are there. Okay, so let's go back to the file, the raw underscore data file. I can see here 7 rows are there along with the column, and I can see here the 7 rows has been copied successfully and those are present into the database. That's great, right? Okay, so it means that we successfully created our first package, we successfully executed our first project. Now next task is how to deploy this project on the server. So for deploying the project on a server, what you need to know, you need to know the server name basically and where do you want to deploy. So whatever the project we are going to create or whatever this basically package file we are going to create, all these packages will be deployed or the centralized server and we can access those packages anytime anywhere, right? So for that we need to do deploy. So just do one thing, just right click on the project file and click on a deploy. Now let's see what happens. It's saying me, do you want to stop debugging? Yes, I want to stop debugging. Let's stop it and this window will come and let's do next. Okay, fine. Then it's asking me the server name. Okay, fine, I can give you server name. I know it, Shrikant, that's fine. Okay, now, oh, it's giving me warning. What's that? Integration services catalog was not found on the server, Shrikant. To deploy a project to this server, you must create SSIS DB catalog. Open to create a catalog dialog box from the integration service catalog node. Oh, it means that I need to create some integration catalog node. Okay, how to create it? Where should I go to create that? Okay, so for that you need to connect to your respective server. Let's connect it. How you can connect? You can connect like this. Just click on a connect and here you need to pass your server name. So how do you find your server name? Just go for the browse mode. Here you will see the database engine and select the server. As I'm working on a local machine, so I'm placing a dot. But when you'll work on your centralized or your public network, then you can just give the IP and you can give your user ID password. With that you can connect it. Fine. So the warning says me, what was the warning actually? Warning says me you need to create what? You need to create some catalog. SSIS DB catalog is not present actually. Okay, let me tell you in detail now. So the requirement is basically, if you want to deploy any kind of project, SSIS project on a SQL server, you need to have SSIS DB to be created on your server. So let's go to the databases and here if I'll come and if I'll see SSIS DB, will I be able to see it here? No, as it is not there. That's what the warning. Okay, now I got the warning. So what I need to do is to fix it. So to fix it, you need to do a right click on the integration service catalog. So right click on that and you'll see a multiple option here. Out of that you need to select the first one, create catalog. Fine. Okay, so you will see a multiple options like the name of database would be the SSIS DB. Then you need to give some password, so I'm passing it 123. You can give any strong password, but as it is for the testing purpose or demo purpose, I'm making it simple. Then you need to, if you want to work on Azure, then you need to click on create SSIS IR. Let's click on that, but right now we don't need it, just for the demonstration purpose I'm going to show you. So you need to click on SSIS IR, so it will create the SSIS runtime engine, and which is for the Azure Data Factory. But right now we don't have any Azure setup with us, so we don't need it actually. So such window will come, so Azure subscription, then the catalog server, then username, password, and all those things you need to give, right, for ADF Azure Data Factory. Then okay, click on OK. So you will see when you click on OK, you will see this progress bar. My screen has some issue, that's why you are not able to see the OK button, but your screen will show that. So I click on OK, and it's showing the status that it's ready and it's progressing. Once everything is been set, I'll see the message like let's see what message shows. So it's creating the SSIS DB on my server. My server name is Shrikant/Shrikant. So basically Shrikant is my server name. Let's wait. So it has some warning. Okay, let's create again. Okay, fine. So I can see it has been closed, and now go back again here and come to the integration services catalog. We was not able to see the SSIS DB right here, so just click on that. Now I can see this is the SSIS DB here, and if I go to the database section, I can see here the database name as the SSIS DB. Am I able to see? No, because I need to refresh it. Just right click on that one and just do a refresh and go down, and you can see a new database has been created, and the name for that is the SSISDB. And if you will expand the SSISDB, you will see the structure like the tables. So it has all the basic tables which require to query the metadata. Like if you want to find out all the packages, you can go and you can run the select star from the internal.executables, so it will show you all the packages information and all kind of the metadata you can gather from all this table. So right now it's not necessary to have. Fine. So again we'll go back to our project where we want to deploy. Click on OK. Fine. What was our server name? Server name was Shrikant. Let's try to do it again. Shrikant. Fine. Click on OK. Then click on browse. So okay, previously it was showing us warning, and we just fixed the warning and just add one project here, one folder I'm making as a demo _1. Fine. So okay, adding some folder there. So it's adding folder inside the structure SSIS DB. Fine. So DB. Okay, then click on the next. So it will show you all the important thing, like if you want to access it from the command line, how you can do that. So command line syntax is given like this, then the source, and the server name and the path and all this, all the meta information we just pass, and then click on a deploy. Is going to be deploy all the project. Like first it will load the project, then it will connect to destination server, that's recon server, right? Then the protection level, all the security related stuff, then the deploying the project on the server. Now like, okay, perfect. Now it is showing me all the step has been successfully being passed. I'm clicking on a close now. So what does it mean? What we have done, we created a basic package, we deployed that package on a server. Does it really deployed on the package? Let's go back to the server, and again we'll come here and do a refresh here. Integration services, refresh, fine. So again, go inside the SSIS DB. I can see one folder called as the demo underscore one. We basically just created and we deployed on the server. Then I can see here the projects. Okay, my project name is first demo, fine, and here I can see my package name. My package is basically pack underscore dot dtsx. Okay, let's do one thing here.